In this video, we're going to discuss how to build our first decision tree using our logic diagram or the decision tree diagram. We will then proceed to develop the D-zone maps. In this example, Zando Traders has an option to purchase 1 million kg of molybzirconium MZ from the Zaldivian government for $5 per kilogram. George Zando, the owner, estimates that he would be able to sell this ore for $8 per kilogram. However, due to a dumping dispute, the US government has threatened to ban all imports from Zaldivia, including MZ. We can safely assume there is only a 30% chance that an import license would be granted. So here's the decision tree. George Zando can contract to purchase and then apply for the license, or he could wait for the import license before he places the purchase order. Of course, if he contracts to purchase, there's a chance license would be denied. Likewise, if you wait for import license, there is a chance that the license would be denied. Now, even if the license is granted, there is a probability that this contract might be sold to another broker, and George Zando would not have the opportunity to purchase this consignment. What should George Zando do? To develop the decision tree on our Excel app, we need to have the Excel app and our sketch side by side. Here we have the sketch that we developed, and here's the model. So let's go ahead and say redraw. Erase this. Okay. Our first node is a decision node. So here we have the decision node. Then we have two probability nodes. So let's convert these to probability nodes. And we have a third probability node down here. So let's convert that also to a probability node. So here is our diagram. All we have to do now is simply enter the data. So here we have the two paths, contract to purchase and wait for license. In this case, we have license granted. Now we can put the data in here. The cost is 5 and the gain is 8. And if the license is denied, we lose 1 million per kg. In here, we have no commitment, so simply license denied. And here, sold to broker, here we have -5 plus 8. So this is our diagram. Let us now go ahead and link the probabilities. The first thing to do is decide on the probability of your license being granted. Select this particular probability node, say equals, and link to this first probability and say tab. This is at 50%, so we need to reduce it to 30%. And when we set it to 30%, automatically this is 1 minus. And for the second option, we are going to consider the probability of this being sold to a broker. Let's make that our uncertainty. So it's equal, set here, and tab. And this is a 60% chance. If I touch the arrow, it increases by 1. And if I click in the middle, it increases by 10. So we are at 60%. And over here, we have the same probability of the license being granted, which is equals 30 here. And once again, we have 1 minus. Unique problem where we have one outcome impacted by both probabilities. We refer to this as a nonlinear relationship. Let's now go ahead and add the terminal values. We go through each leg. Here we have 8 minus 5, which is 3. Here is -1. And as you can see under this scenario, the recommendation is to wait for the license. What happens if the probability of the license being granted increases to 40%? The decision now is to contract and then apply subsequent. The next step is to build our D-zone map. Let's go to the D-zone map. And you can see these have already been populated. If it's not, we can manually populate it using this arrow. You can see the two options, right? Okay, we have now 30% and 60%. All we have to do now is simply say clear chart and change into charting mode. As soon as you click on the charting mode, a diagram is drawn. In this space, the decision is wait for license. So what we do is we grab our label and place it here. Automatically, this area becomes contract. So when this diamond pointer moves on to this side, the decision is to contract and then apply for the license. But is this a straight line? This line is built on the basis of two extreme points. We need to know what happens in between these two extreme points. To do that, simply change the red and click on the blue here and say add a point. You can see suddenly what happened. It created a new point. Let's look at what it looks like out here. So let's go back here and again the blue and say yes. Let's go around here and click the blue. We can certainly move down a little bit to 20 and now click the red. If you modify the blue, you must click on the red, and if you modify the red, you must click on the blue. As you can see, this is a curved demarcation line. What the zone map tells you is that you start with some uncertainties, and then you can see the impact of your assumption on these uncertainties. Okay? So that's all for this video.